Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to a very special show. This is all about your health, your mind, and your body. Now let me introduce you to your host, the lovely Mr. Zuri.
Baby, it's a country on your let's talk about positivities in real time. This is her. She's a good woman, yes, the only one I let it flow. We are, yeah. So sit back and relax and open up your mind, Mr. Spirit. She's the only one to bring us together. The only one to let it flow. We are, yeah. So sit back and relax and open up your mind.
All right. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Ms. Nazari. Oh, it is, yeah, I'm a little warm too, apparently. This premenopause is kicking my ass. Welcome to Creative Artist Spotlight. I am your girl, Ms. Nazari, and I have a very, very, very special guest tonight with us. I know you guys seen the flyer. If you did not see the flyer, you missed out on that, so that you didn't know who we're talking about tonight. But we have the people's girlfriend, Selina Soul. She is the radio personality from Magic 100.9. So she is here with us interviewing tonight. Let's welcome Selina Soul.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. This is going to be an exciting interview. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you agreed to do this.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if y'all don't know who she is, y'all need to be slapped. I'm just saying, because she's awesome. She's a really awesome person. She's got a great personality. She does so much for the community. And then also everything else that she does. And we're going to get into that. I don't want to tell all her business. I want her to tell her own business. So if you're just coming in, thank you for joining us. All right. So we're gonna take it back a little bit.
Okay, let's take it back.
Because I need to know.
Okay, let's get girlfriend. Let's take that thing on back.
Yes, let's take it back. I want to know, like, how did you get introduced to even fathom to do radio?
Radio. All right, let me get the mic.
Yes, because I want to, and I need to know, when you started. Like, I want to know when you started.
Okay.
And, how you got started doing it.
So I always had a fascination with acting. Always. So I'm going to take you back a while. Always had a fascination about acting, about music, anything where I was on stage. I was just that kid. Always been that kid as a child growing up. Growing up, my parents kept me very busy. My typical Saturday was starting out with ballet in the morning.
Awesome.
Gymnastics in the early afternoon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And ballet was 9 to 10 o'clock.
Okay.
From 11:30 to 1:30, I was in gymnastics.
Oh, wow.
And then 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I was at the Brownies.
Nice. So they were paving your way, basically.
So basically paving my way.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming from, I'm the only child.
Okay.
So my parents were from big families.
Wow.
Lived in a military base, grew up military most of my life.
Okay.
My parents had to keep me busy. I stayed busy all the time.
That's excellent, though.
That's where that came from.
Okay. So wanting to, because you were already active. You were so active as a child.
Correct.
So it's like you want to keep your hands into something. And I mean, yeah, because doing ballet, I know that you had recitals all the time.
Correct.
Doing gymnastics, I'm sure you did tournaments all the time.
Correct.
So that you're constantly in the limelight in front of people. So it literally paved your way to be who you are today. That is so freaking awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. So that makes sense to me, the reason why you're so outgoing and you're so bubbly, because you literally were put out there as a child. That's so awesome. I love that so much. So once you started doing doing all of those things, what age did you get introduced, or what age was it when you were asked to do radio, or were to be interested in doing radio?
I guess I was about 30 years old.
Okay.
So my mentors, people that when I grew up in Philadelphia, most of my life after my parents were in the military. So we lived overseas for a number of years.
Wow.
We traveled extensively throughout the U.S. And my father finally decided his last duty station was going to be in Philadelphia at the Philadelphia Naval Yard.
Okay.
So I grew up listening to Butterball. Any of you from Philly, you understand. Hattie Jackson, who I love and admire so much. Grew up listening to them, always wanted to do radio. And just the opportunity never
presented itself. Yeah.
In high school, I went to the High School Performing Arts in Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
So I was a drama major.
Awesome.
So, and also in that time frame, I went to Freedom Theater in Philadelphia. So I grew up in Freedom Theater, which is very similar in Augusta. And I want to give a shout out to the Augusta Mini Theater. So I did that as in middle school and high school.
Okay.
That was extracurricular after school.
Oh, nice. Okay. So something extra. You were doing drama classes
so I
over
was
there?
Drama classes through high school. Graduated from Kappa, class of 84. Career in Performing Arts. And, time went on, life went on, moved to Augusta, left Philadelphia, moved to Augusta. I was about 30-ish or so. Came to Augusta, happened to meet one of the program directors in Augusta, Minnesota Fats. Big shout out to Minnesota Fats. And I remember hearing him at a live broadcast. And I had just moved here. To Augusta with my family. And at that time I went to the remote where he was at. And I was like, man, I love, what you're doing. And we were just talking. He's like, where are you from? I said, I'm from Philadelphia. He said, I love your voice. Have you ever thought about radio? Well, at that time you think somebody BS. Yeah. So I didn't think that at that time that I want to make sure. Let me make sure my mic on. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? All right. Am I good? Okay, hold on.
It's all right. It's all right. Take your time.
I thought the engineer had it already on, but that's okay.
Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say I can hear.
Right. So at that time, all right. Am I good? Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So at that time, it was like I needed to get into it, and of course, I did. I got into it. So he was like, I really like your voice. So I was like, okay. I thought the man was really BSing me at the time.
Of course, because you don't know him from Adam.
No.
And it's like, and a person just tells you to take this opportunity out of nowhere, and it's crazy.
Right.
So yeah, it makes sense.
So I really thought he was BSing me at the time. So
okay.
He was like, okay, is it possible you can come by the station? So I came by the station after, I don't know how long that was. I'm just going to stick this right here.
Oh, no, you're fine. Stick it right in there. Do it. All right. That's fine.
So I came by the station, and he asked me to do a commercial for a nightclub.
Okay.
All right. And actually, the guy, Ron Thomas, was there, a guy named Ron Thomas, and he recorded me for a nightclub. And the nightclub this was 1997, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
But nightclub at the time was... I can't think of it. It'll come to me in just a minute. So not touch class. I had to think about it. So anyway, I did the thing for the nightclub, and they loved it. It was Valentine's special.
Oh, nice.
So after that, I didn't hear anything from him anymore. From the program director.
Okay.
Anymore until about let me think, 2000.
Wow.
2001.
So that's like 4 years.
So, I did that. I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah.
This and this and that. Life was happening. I was here teaching at a cosmetology school. Moving forward, about 2001, I ran into Minnesota Fats again.
Okay.
He says, where you been? Where you been? I want to hire you. Okay, here we go again.
Right.
So, of course, moving forward, he did hire me.
Okay.
So I remember two distinct things that I learned in working in radio. All right. The first person, the Mighty Peanut, said, always keep your day job.
Absolutely.
Because this is entertainment.
Absolutely.
How I learned how the ins and outs of radio and everything else, I had mentoring from people that I worked with.
Nice.
Deanna Brown, that's James Brown's daughter. Deanna Brown Thomas. I had people like that poured into me. The Mighty Peanut. And I got to give a shout out to Minnesota Fats for giving me the opportunity.
Right.
He says, if you stick with it, you can do it.
Right, absolutely.
Then he was like, okay, so now we got to think of a name. So I was thinking of all kind of names. Raven, Selena Capri. He said, I'm going to tell you something. Whatever name you pick, that's the name that's going to stick with you for the rest of your career.
Right.
I was like, okay. So some people were like, so I want to go back. So, and working at the station, Cher Best was another person that was very intricate in my development as a radio personality. She worked there. So I was like, well, Cher, what do you call? She said, I just use my name, Cher Best. I was like, okay. Another radio personality, Gina Levine, good people. Gina's like, no, I don't use any names. I just use my name. Okay. All right, moving along. I'm still thinking, what am I going to call myself?
Right.
So I just wrote down some things and I came up with Soul. I came up with it.
Nice.
So I was like, what do you think about Selina Soul? He said, it sounds pretty good. Life went on from there.
Okay.
And I have enjoyed the ride. There's been some ups and downs, some trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, the best thing that came out of being in radio was meeting my husband, Matthew Davis.
Aw, that's so sweet. And absolutely. But, I feel like everything we do in life, it pivots us to align to where we're supposed to be, right?
Right.
So although it was all those years later that you met him, it was meant for you to meet him through the channels how you met him.
Right.
Because had you never met Minnesota Fats, you probably would have never met your husband.
That's correct.
Says that you met him. So it's one of those things. That's how I got goosebumps like right now talking about it. Because that's how usually it works, right?
Right.
Like, that's how life is. If you would have just said, I'm just going to be a school teacher, I'm not doing radio, I don't want to do that, you probably would have never met him because his boys didn't go to Laney.
That's right.
That's
right.
And that's one of the things. So we're going to pivot on to that because I want to know, people that are watching this right now, they may know that you are a master cosmetologist.
Correct.
But some people that I know don't have a clue of who you are.
That's right.
And I want you guys to know who she is.
Okay.
So I want to talk a little bit about your career as a master cosmetologist, as a teacher, and we'll start pivoting into different areas because I want to get all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to start talking about the teacher aspect of your life.
Okay. So the teacher aspect of my life came from Empire Beauty School. That's where I went when I was in Pennsylvania. So I was thinking of different schools to go to. At the time, I was married. My previous marriage, I had 2 kids.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to school. So I actually went to school. At the time, my middle daughter was 4 months old.
Okay.
And let me go back. My middle daughter was just born.
Okay.
And I went to the beauty school and I told the lady I wanted to sign up for school. And she said, you got a newborn baby? You want to sign up for school? She said, wait till she gets a little older. We're not going anywhere. So I came back when she got a little bit older.
Yeah.
At that time, I had an older daughter that was about 8 years old. I just had a baby. So I waited and I came back. And she says, okay, you're ready now. Got into the school, loved it. Now I'm going to cosmetology school. I'm 25, married with 2 kids at that time. I loved it. I went to Empire Beauty School, Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia.
Nice.
And I did the program. My teacher told me, girl, do you know you have the ability to teach? I didn't see that in myself.
Okay, so she
saw it in me. And that's good when an educator sees that in you.
Right, that you're a natural born leader.
I then continued into the program and came back within 2 months after graduating to do the instructor program.
Nice.
Then took my state boards in Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
And was licensed and started teaching in a school in Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. So you were doing that even before you came to Augusta.
Before I came to Augusta.
Wow.
Right. Before I came to Augusta. So I was teaching at a school. Now I wanted to teach at the school I graduated from, but there was no position there.
Oh, dang.
So I ended up teaching at another school, and that was around about 1996.
Okay.
And then I had to 94, 95-ish, 96, and then I moved to Augusta.
Okay.
In the summer of 1996.
Oh, wow.
So I had to get another job.
Yeah. And how easy was that for you being a master cosmetologist? I mean, having education is one thing, but if there's a market for you to get it somewhere else, because I mean, what is it? Maybe a couple of schools in Augusta that actually have that program?
Well, there's many.
Is it?
So I end up having to, coming from Pennsylvania, coming to Georgia, the hours were different. So in Pennsylvania for cosmetology, we do 12:50. So in the state of Georgia, South Carolina,
It's like
they do 1,500.
Okay.
So I had to get additional hours.
Oh.
So I was able to work at the school. I got a job at a beauty school in North Augusta.
Okay.
I was able to teach there at night, but I had to go to a school in Augusta to get 250 hours. To make up the difference.
Okay.
And that's what the state of Georgia said when I moved here. I moved here during the Olympics.
Oh, goodness.
In the 96 Olympics.
Oh, so the ones that were in Atlanta.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So my paperwork got held up a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, right. Everything that was going on. I ended up getting a position. I ended up staying at that school a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I transitioned to the technical college.
Okay.
So I taught adult education.
Tech or?
Tech.
Okay.
Taught there for 3 years.
Oh, nice.
Left there after 3 years, ended up going to another private school, Kenneth Schuler School of
Okay, I know where that is.
Taught there for 10.
Wow.
Then ended up leaving there and transitioning into the school system where now I teach high school.
Wow. So how did that come about from you doing private sector to actually government? Like, because,
I'd always I love the private sector, but unfortunately with the private sector, in the school system, the benefits were better. I'm just being real.
Absolutely.
Benefits were better, 401k,
right.
all of that. So I was able to get that going into the school system.
Okay.
So I always had my eye, even though I'm here, I always had my eye somewhere else. People say, you want to get into the school system.
Right.
And those of you that want to get into the school system, it's hard. You got to wait for folk to retire.
Absolutely.
Or die. Or I'll just be real.
Right.
So
I find a brand new school that's doing the same thing. It doesn't have a teacher.
Right. So I had to wait. It was God's plan.
Absolutely.
So I had to wait my turn. So,
absolutely.
The position came about. I interviewed for the position. Because I was already teaching at a school, that landed me the position in the high school.
Awesome. So, because you at that point had 15 plus years working in the private sector. So then, who wouldn't hire you? Why wouldn't they hire you?
Right.
You have all that experience, all those years of experience. That is so stinking awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you you have a fulfilled life. You got a lot of life that you have experienced, and I think that's phenomenal because you've lived life, you're able to mentor others, and we're going to get into all that stuff.
Okay.
We're going to pivot into the mentoring because you guys, when I tell you she's awesome, she does so much for the youth. And I want to pivot into the Lady Pearls.
Okay.
I want to pivot into that because is that something that was there before you got there? Or is that something that you kind of created? Yes.
No. Actually, what happened was, and I just gotta, acknowledge the principal at the time. I came to Laney in 2008.
Okay.
That's when I got the job. I started there, and in 2010, the principal we had at the time, Miss Tanithia Beasley Frails, along with Miss Allison Campbell and Pamela Woods, they were the teachers there. So the principal told these two young ladies, we need to start a mentoring program, and I need you to get other teachers in this school to be a part of it, to buy into it. So we did. So, I got to give a shout out to my girl Peaches and also Miss Mungo, Mr. Bland. So other teachers bought into it to help as advisors.
Oh.
Well, in the time that I've been in Laney, of course, people have transitioned. They have moved on, got promotions, and I'm still there.
Wow.
So every year I just gather teachers to help me with the Laney Pearls in the community and in the school. So that started back in, Pearls started in 2010.
That's awesome. And for the Lady Pearls, because of course, if you guys are following her on social media, then you already know exactly what she does. But if you don't, what exactly, because you have several things that you do throughout the year for
the Pearls.
For the Pearls.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to the store, when we went to the store, we were getting the tulle for the tutus. For the tutus, and you've seen some of your students. And I was like, this is like the sweetest thing. Because when you can have a teacher that you admire and that you want to be like one day when you grow up, and that actually helps you and mentors you. Like, there's nothing better than that, because in this society, in today's age, some of these kids are kind of out of control. So to have that mentorship and them be like, you know what, if I'm having a problem, I know I can call Mrs. Davis. I know that they can lean on you to be able to listen. So what are some of the activities that you do with the Pearls?
Well, we have some standard activities. We have our induction coming up on next Thursday.
Is that the homecoming?
The induction. That's when we give the induction ceremony for the new girls coming in. So we have the Pearls is new girls from 9th to 12th grade.
Awesome.
So they can come in at any grade level. So, but there's some expectations. Pearls, the acronym stand for Proud Examples Aspiring Real Life Success.
Awesome.
So when they come in, we do induction. In October, we have the tutu making contest. Tutu making class with Lee Hunter. So we get the tool and we get all of that. And then we're a part of the Miracle Mile Walk sponsored by Piedmont Hospital.
Nice.
So that's October 19th.
Okay.
In Augusta. And then after that, of course, we help with the James Brown Turkey and Toy Drive.
Wow.
The Turkey Drive in November and the Toy Drive in December. And we also do the registrations where we're helping Deanna Brown Thomas with that. And I only have my 11th and 12th grade girls helping with registration. And then on distribution day, I have all the girls out there.
Wow. So you're actually showing them how to live in the real world, give back to others
Correct.
that are less fortunate than themselves, and help others if they may need it. That is awesome. See, that's inspiration that people need in this day and age, because everything's so evil, it seems. So it's like if you can be around people, or a person that constantly wants to make the world a better place. And the children, when I was younger, it's like when you used to the children are the future. And then as I got older, that is the absolute truth. If we do not teach them the way to go, then they will be forever lost.
Right.
So you're doing the right stuff. And I just love that so much. Now, I know that every year I see you on social media when the girls are going to homecoming.
Okay, so
I want to talk about homecoming because they be so pretty.
Yes, the homecoming coordination is when we crown Miss Laney. So if you don't know anything about Augusta, Georgia, if you know anything about our school, we have a very historic school where Miss Lucy Craft Laney moved to Augusta from Macon, started kindergarten here in this area. She's from Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
But she started the first kindergarten.
Wow.
She also started the Lamar School of Nursing, which is now Piedmont Hospital.
That's fantastic.
So if you go into Piedmont Hospital, you may see her picture.
Yes.
So that's why. And also Jimmy Carter named her, who she was. That's why her picture's at the state capitol.
Wow.
And she's buried on the premises of the school. So
that's awesome.
It's a very, very historic school. That's why that school will never, ever, ever close down.
Well, absolutely, because it is a part of history. So that's ultimately a good thing. And having good teachers that really want the children to succeed.
Correct.
That's something that you don't see very much, unfortunately, in this day and age. But that has not just the bearing on the teachers. It's because I don't know how many people want to be going to school and getting slapped with something from children. So yeah, I'm not finna do it. I just ain't finna do it.
Well, let me say this on that. I think it's all in your approach in the classroom.
Yes.
And you have to, this is a different age that we're in.
Yes.
With these young people. So back in our day,
yes.
It was, what I say goes, I'm the teacher, you the student. Now it has switched.
Yes.
It is now, I'm the teacher, you're the student, I show you respect, you show me respect.
Absolutely.
And so the narrative is quite different.
Right.
And you have to be able to meet students where they are.
Absolutely.
So, and I tell my students that I don't go back and forth. Right. I don't deal with disrespectful students.
Right.
Okay? If you want to be because I teach cosmetology, that is an elective. You can elect to be here or
not. Exactly. You don't have to be here. Exactly. Absolutely.
So I try to make sure that I give them the mother part of me.
Absolutely. And that's the part of times
I give them the teacher part.
Absolutely.
Right. But I give them the mother part of me because in room 805, I run 805.
I know that's absolutely. And that's how, but it's supposed to be, because you putting your foot down with respect, right? Mm-hmm. That lets them know, hey, she really cares about us. So let us do the right by her. That's the difference with it. Instead of you being a dictator, right, and not caring.
But
right?
You gotta be firm.
You absolutely, because they'll run all over you.
Right. You have to have your learning target, what it is that we're going to learn today, and the success criteria, what is coming out of what we're learning today.
Okay, so you get like an agenda.
I give them that, and I tell them, my students, my third level, I have a first, second, and third.
Okay.
I have 25 girls.
Okay.
And they have different personalities. I said, I'm dealing with all of you. You only got to deal with just one of me.
Right, exactly.
But I don't mean one of me.
Right.
So, I tell them that I want you to pass my class. I want you to finish, be a pathway completer.
Right.
And I also want you to, learn this trade, because when you go off to college, you can be making money.
Right.
I told them I know what I'm doing now.
Right.
I done graduated a lot of them. Right. I think I got it. I think I got it. But you know what? You know what, Miss Missouri? The thing that I can say the most is I love kids.
I know.
And I love my kids at Laney.
I know.
I do.
And I think it's because of the appreciation that you get out of it when you're doing things, like when you're helping them and you're mentoring them and you're honing them to be just great citizens more than anything else.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, they can say, I don't want to do cosmetology, but what did they get out of it? They learned how to give back. They learned how to be grateful. They learned how to really just adapt to other people. It's not just all about, the skill. It's more so about the mind and the body. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's really just loving others is more so. And you've definitely given them that.
And we try to at our school bring in entrepreneurs from other areas.
Okay.
So they can see it. You can't be it if you can't see it.
That's right. Absolutely. And that makes sense. So that's more like, okay, well, let me let you see this person. Oh, this person is doing this, they're doing that, and they started here where you are, all this, and that matters. That absolutely matters, because then it's not false expectation.
Correct.
It's like, bam, right in your face. You can do this too. And I love that. I love that. And especially because they're high school kids.
High school.
So it's not like they're in college and you're doing this. They're in high school, so you're really paving the way for them to be able to, just when they do leave,
right,
they'll be set up for success.
So we're paving the way as they're in high school, but you got to know, in today's world where we are right now, all of your children are not going to college.
Right.
That's just, it's a thing. That's called a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm on the vocational side. I'm on the, the career technical side.
Right.
So they're either going in the military, they're going to college.
Right.
They're going to a technical 2-year college, or they're going to work.
Right.
And we got to support all of them.
Absolutely.
If you tell me that you're going to Amazon and you want to work at the Amazon plant, I'm going to do all I can to get you there.
Absolutely.
Or if you're going to the Starbucks plant, we have an Appling, I'm going to try my best to get you there.
Absolutely. Because at least you want to do it.
That's correct.
At least you're wanting to do it. So that's and that's the drive. And that's to have someone behind them to drive them.
Right.
To want to do whatever it is that they want to do. And that's the mama side.
That's the mama side.
Because you're not pressuring them. Now, you guys are going to do this.
Well, we also teach resume writing.
Oh, that's
resume writing. And, we do mock interviews, things like that. I have a whole department that I'm in charge of.
Nice.
Because I'm department chair.
Okay,
so
awesome.
ROTC is in my department.
Wow.
We have them take the ASVAB. You never know. You need to take the ASVAB because you don't know after 12th grade you might decide to go in the military.
Right,
the National Guard.
So that's a really good thing. I wish I had that option because I did take the ASVAB in the Navy and I failed by 1 point. I was angry.
But you could have went in another branch.
But I wanted to do the Navy.
You wanted to do Navy.
Because I definitely didn't want to do the Army and I wasn't smart enough for the Air Force.
So we just have different paths that they want to go. We have law and justice. We have computer technology.
So you guys have all of that
in our vocational area.
That's awesome. So they don't have to it's not just, okay, so there's like 5 or 6 different electives.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's really good. So
and most high schools do have several. Most high schools here in this area have several of those electives. They have barbering, they have nails, construction, they have welding, automotive. And that's in this area. And other cities do have elective classes at their schools, respective schools.
That I just never knew that Augusta had that many schools that had like all the elective. I thought there was only maybe like a couple, like Richmond and then Laney. I thought those were like the only two.
Only two what?
That have like where you can go to like cosmetology.
Oh yeah, we have several.
That sort of thing. Wow.
Yeah.
It tells you how much I know. I had no idea. But I think that's awesome. And I know that since you've been teaching, after because I know that you've had tons of students graduate. Those students have graduated. Have you caught up with them?
Oh yeah, they come back. They come back. They love to see me at home.
Awesome.
They come back. They come back to speak to my students. They come back as guest speakers.
Oh wow,
my students love that. They love that. I have so many that come back and give back to the school.
Awesome. That's awesome. So they can basically be on like just help out when it comes to like those little events or whatever that you guys are doing. I think that's so nice. That's so awesome. Yeah, I kind of figured that you had those students coming back because you seem like a really dedicated teacher that loves children. So I think that that's fantastic. So we're gonna pivot a little bit. We're gonna pivot some more, and I want to talk about some more radio because, like, even though you are a teacher and that's what you primarily do, but you do radio a lot. And the one thing I'm going to tell you guys, I really don't understand how she does it because her schedule is a madhouse. I myself would probably pull my hair out if I had her schedule. I don't know how you do it.
Okay.
I swear I don't know how you do it. I know it's like, I know you have to have like a schedule, but how do you fit so much in your days, like, because you're constantly busy.
So you want me to tell you from the time I wake up till the time I got here today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I need a breakdown.
An average weekday. All right. So I get up about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
Okay.
Now, mind you, I told you I was military.
Right.
So my clothes are laid out the night before.
Okay. So you already got that done. Okay.
Clothes laid out, computer by the door, everything I need, lunch packed, all of that, right?
Okay.
I have to be to work at 8 o'clock. So I leave home about 7-ish.
Okay.
7-ish, 7:15-ish, get to work on time.
Okay.
Get to work. My work day goes from 8 o'clock until 4. Leave work, and I go to the radio station where I voice track my show. So my show is pre-recorded throughout the week.
Okay.
So if I have something to do, something coming up, I may do 2 days ahead. So I don't have to go to the station.
Right, exactly. That makes sense.
And then I always have to have my schedule, my book, my calendar, if someone's booking me for something on a weekend. Because I mentor another girls mentoring group called the Rosa T. Beard Debutante Club.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember those from Facebook. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So,
we can talk about that too.
And I don't do we meet twice a month. I don't do every meeting, but I do. I'm very involved.
Okay.
So, and sometimes my husband may have a gig. Sometimes I'm going. Sometimes it's a gig where I'm hosting. He's playing.
Right.
So, but it has to work around our schedule.
Right.
So the weekdays are kind of hard for me to do something.
Yeah.
Unless I plan it ahead of time.
Right.
So, I plan some things ahead of time and I try to get that in. And it you know what? It all falls into place because, I got a little part-time gig in the mall.
And that too, like, where's that time come from?
Oh, that's only once a month.
Oh, really?
So I work once a month.
Okay.
So that's my part-time holiday.
Right.
And let me tell you why I work there. I've been there 8 years. I work at Pandora.
Wow. And you've been there 8. I didn't realize it was that many years.
I've been there 8 years. I love it.
Wow.
I love the soft skills. I love the customer service. Because the jewelry's going to sell itself.
Absolutely.
So when people come in, they want to talk, they want to conversate.
Right.
They want you to tell them what looks good on them. What kind, I can see those earrings you have on.
Right.
They're beautiful. They're Pandora, I know, because I've seen those in the store like these are. But anyway,
pretty too.
I love the soft skills. I'm always the type of person I like to talk to people.
Right.
That's me. That's just my personality.
Right.
So that's my day. I get home probably about 6 o'clock. I got to, jump in the shower. If I have to do something for school,
right?
I don't take a lot of time with it because I did most of that at school.
Okay.
And the weekends, it's just if my husband has something or I have something. And believe it or not, sometimes we don't have nothing at all.
Right, and then you just relax, which is
being husband and wife.
Right, absolutely, and you need that at least once a month, so that way, because that way you're not pulling. I mean, you're not actually pulling your hair out.
Correct.
With so many activities, and then it's like you forget about regular schmegular stuff. I mean, entertainment is one thing, but being able to just say, you know what, let me breathe for a second.
Correct.
As a normal person, and to saying all that, so I want to talk about Arts in the Heart.
Okay.
Because my husband is making that flyer for you.
Yes.
Which you will start on this evening.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure
She sent me all of everything that you need. So I love Arts in the Heart, right?
Okay.
I just really started getting into it a couple years ago.
Okay.
Anybody that's from Augusta knows what Arts in the Heart are if you've been there or you've at least heard of it if you're from this area or in the surrounding area. If you have never been to Arts in the Heart and you are from this area, you need to have a serious checkup because it is like I love that place. Like, and I want to talk about what you're going to be doing this year at Arts of the Heart so that people can know.
Okay, so Arts in the Heart brings culture in a global manner. It brings music, it brings culture, it brings so they have the area where they have all the different cultures of food that's there.
Yes.
They have music on like 3 or 4 stages. They have people selling their arts, people selling jewelry, handmade items. There's this lady who I get my calendar from, and I'm looking so forward. Her name is Gabby. I'm looking so forward to her being there so I can get my next calendar for 25,
nice.
26. So there's so many people that come from all across, especially art makers, crafters, people that come from all across the United States. And 20,000 plus people, maybe 30,000. But it's so many people that come through the Augusta area that are selling things that are unique, that you only can get once a year. So this year, and I've done this maybe 8 years ago.
Okay.
One of the young ladies that works for Arts and Heart, we were just talking, and she was like, Selina, would you like to be one of the mistress of ceremonies? And there's myself along with a TV personality.
Okay.
So we're doing the opening ceremonies. So that's where we're hostess of the opening ceremony.
Okay.
So during that time, that's when the different countries come in, and I announce, ladies and gentlemen, this is Japan, and they come in with their sign and their flag.
Oh, nice.
And their whatever is their wear, their customary wear.
Right.
Then it may be Guam, it may be Thailand, it may be Africa, Sudan, Nigeria, it may be Greece or Italy, and all the people from those countries, they come in.
Wow.
And they have even Philippines. It's beautiful to see. And they all come in with their flags from their different countries and whatever they're wearing. And it's so beautiful. So we announce them and they come up on the stage. Some of them have a dance or just come in. It's so colorful. So it may be anywhere from about, last time I've done it, I don't know how many this year, from maybe 20 to 30, 40 countries.
Wow.
That we introduce. So me and the other personality will be doing it together.
Okay.
So that kicks off next Friday.
Okay. And that's Friday at what time?
6 o'clock.
Okay.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, you guys, next Friday. Okay, that's awesome. So that starts then, and that's when you guys are going to be doing the announcements and introducing the countries coming in. And then how long does it last? That part you talking about this as far as like the whole Arts and Heart, like the whole.
It lasts from that'll be Friday, which is the 20th, until the 22nd. That's Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So it's just a Friday, Saturday,
Sunday thing. Okay, awesome. So you guys, I know that you probably, I don't know if you guys heard it on the radio, but I'm quite sure you have. If you guys want to go out and, show some love, that's when it starts it said 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock on the 20th. On the 20th of September. September, right?
Mm-hmm, that's correct.
No, because the months have been flying by. I don't even know where we are anymore. Yeah, so if you guys want to stop by, absolutely do that. So now I want to ask you, so what are some things you have going on, other than teaching and other than radio? What do you have going on for yourself? What are you doing? Because I can say it, but I don't want to. I want you to say it.
So I have my own podcast,
Yes.
Selina Soul Show. So I had my first podcast I did. I really was excited. It was this summer. It was in July. And I interviewed Ursula O. Robinson.
Nice.
If you don't know, she was one of the main characters in the movie, Tyler Perry's movie, Divorced in the Black.
And that was an excellent movie.
And she was my first. I was her first interview.
Wow.
And she was my first podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys
I got that going on.
That's awesome.
My second interview was, of course, Dr. Donna Adams Pickett, and we talked about menopause and women's health. So that happened, matter of fact, the end of last month.
Okay, awesome.
So coming up, I can only dedicate once a month to the podcast.
Gotcha.
Because of my schedule. I can only commit to once a month.
Right.
And of course, with that, let me tell you something. My husband was so instrumental in pushing me. I was not ready for it. I didn't want to do it. I was afraid of it. And I just got to say, I got to thank him, because sometimes you have a person in your life that pushes you past your limit. Yeah. Because sometimes you get comfortable. You get complacent. Yeah. Maybe you can do it. He's been telling me to do this long time ago. Right. And it has finally come to pass. And I appreciate that. I appreciate when my loved one sees something in me and sees potential. Now, I don't sing now. I look like I can sing.
Yes,
you might see me on TikTok. But that's the extent of it. Now, I can do that real well because I'm an entertainer.
Absolutely.
That part.
Absolutely.
But I don't sing. But he is able to see my flaws, my strengths, my weaknesses, and still say, baby, you can do this.
And that's that. I mean, but ultimately, that's what you need. Anybody needs in their life, because, like, I'm not going to say something to you and then have you go out and fail and bust your head open.
Correct.
Right. So if I see it and I know it, it's like, just try it. Right. I believe in you. So yeah, everybody needs that. Everybody needs that. Absolutely. That push, because if you don't get the push, how would you ever do it?
Right.
How would you ever know? Because I mean, yeah, now you're doing it, even though it's only once a month, you don't know what's about to happen, because you could literally, because you know your husband's going to start touring. What you finna do then? You're going to be touring and you're going to be doing podcasts with him. Yeah. I mean, because think about it. If he's going to be doing a 6-month tour, you're not going to be sitting in this house by yourself.
No. I am his biggest cheerleader.
Absolutely.
So I help him on the marketing side of what he does.
Okay.
And he helps me on building who I am. Now, Selina Soul is a whole entity.
Yes, she is.
In itself. But the inner workings of Selina, that's where I have that person that keeps me grounded and doesn't let me get to the point where I don't realize, he always says this, baby, just be yourself. Right. Just be yourself. You don't have to be nobody else but you. Right. So I love that part of it. And getting back to what you were saying, things I have going on the podcast. In October, I'm doing the She Awards. So I'm hosting that. That's with She Ministry with Miss Kearse. Yes. Letitia Kearse. She's the founder, and she stands for strong, humble, elegant. So that is coming up. And Miss Ursula O. Robinson will be getting the Trailblazer Award.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is wonderful.
Is that going to be televised? Because I know that I'm doing red carpet for that event.
I'm not sure, but I'm glad you're doing red carpet.
Yes, I'm doing red carpet. I'm doing red carpet, and Mama is hosting.
Yeah,
you have my words. Yes, I do a duo.
That is great.
Absolutely. I wonder. That needs to be televised. Okay. Well, not televised, but on some sort of live or something. Yeah, it needs to be. It does. Because more people need to know about it.
Right.
I think that the one thing I always say to Maurice, like, I hate this city. Right. Before I really became doing things to be a part of the city. Right.
Right.
So the one thing I can say is there's so much going on, and there's such an impact, especially with everything you and Natisha are doing. It's such an impact on the people, the youth, especially the kids. It's important for other people to want to pour into everything that you guys are doing too.
Right.
So I think that it's important if at least this award show were live. Correct.
Correct.
And I know that my husband said that he was going to be live at some point, but I don't know if he's going to be doing the whole thing.
All right now.
I'm sorry, y'all, I got to talk to my husband for a minute. Are you going to do the whole thing?
Oh, he said yes, like he's
you're gonna go live, and you're gonna be on live, and you're gonna do it.
Well,
I mean, we didn't talk to Natisha about it, but I want to talk to her about at least half of it.
Right,
right. I mean,
the She Awards. I was given the Trailblazer Award back in 2022,
as you should have.
2023, she didn't do it, as she was planning for 2024.
Okay.
So Natisha has. We've set some things up for her to go on different platforms and talk about the show. And I'm really, really proud of that. So she's going to be in October, like the end of September, early October. She's going to be my guest as we talk about the
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I know that she was just on the news, I believe. Was it last week?
Last week.
Yeah, so she was on the news, and I was like, oh, that's so dope. Like, they're pushing it out. So I think that's really good. She's so sweet. She's such a sweet person. She's such a nice person. But anywho, so that's what you've got going. So do we know what's going on? Like, is there anything else going on past that you? Because I know your calendar. I'm quite sure you have stuff on your calendar.
I do for November and December. So. That's our give back to the community with the James Brown Family Foundation.
Okay, gotcha.
As we work and with Deanna Brown Thomas and giving and registering people for turkey.
Okay.
And it's just anyone that wants a turkey.
Okay.
I just got to say that anyone that wants a turkey, we register people for turkey, and that's in November. And then we register families for toys in December, and we do the distribution right before Christmas.
So if they wanted, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. If they wanted to sign up for a turkey, or if they wanted to sign up to, for
so
toys,
they have to bring, their ID.
Okay. And where would they go?
It's going to be at May Park in
At May Park.
Georgia.
Okay. At the time of the event.
Yeah. So they'll be announcing more information on what they need to bring. Their ID, of course, showing, their residency and things of that nature.
Okay.
But they announced that on the radio stations across the CSRA, and then the same thing in December.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
for the children.
And they do it like on the radio where people can hear about it.
People hear about it. That's right.
Okay, awesome. And there is one other thing I want to ask you. For your radio, because I know some radio stations that you can just download them to your phone. Did you have something like that for Magic 100.9?
So our station is in TuneIn, so you can download the app.
Nice.
And you can listen. You can listen live.
Yes. Well, I'm saying that because, like, if you guys don't listen to her show, I don't know what you're doing. So make sure you guys download. Now, is there a specific? Is it called a specific thing?
It's WAKB. Magic 100.9.
So you guys download the app so you can listen, because she be playing some good music, y'all. Download the app so you can listen. And what time are you on the radio?
10 to 3.
So 10 to 3, Monday through Friday.
That's correct.
Okay, Monday through Friday, 10 to 3. So you guys make sure that you listen. Okay, so now I want to
say one thing before you say that.
Go right
I just got to give a tribute and a shout out to an iconic person that we lost in music. Frankie Beverly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, Frankie Beverly has passed on, and his music will live on forever. He has been touring. He just did Essence Fest, and he's been doing this thing. So why Frankie Beverly never got a Grammy, I have no earthly idea. Why he doesn't have the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I have no earthly idea. However, I can tell you that his music lives on forever.
It does.
He is iconic. He is a trailblazer in the music business.
Yes, he is. And he's paved the way for so many others, He
has. And we lost another iconic, James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones was the voice for our industry, for our age group, of Darth Vader.
Yes.
He was the voice of Mufasa.
Yes.
And, of course, done the Bible. He did some. I don't even know what that is. He did the Bible. He did some audio for the Bible.
Oh, he did. Okay, I didn't know that.
And also one of my favorite movies of all time, Claudine.
Okay, I don't think.
You might watch that on Freebie.
Okay, I would have to watch that
because
I've heard of that movie. And he was young, right? He was very young in that movie. Okay, yeah. Then I've heard of it. I've probably seen like the how they put the what is it called? The picture up there.
Right. The trailer.
Yeah. I've seen the trailer. I've seen the trailer. Okay. Yeah. So all right. So what I want to do now, I want to, before we end the show, I want to give a shout out to my father-in-law and to my husband, Matthew and Matthew. All right. I want to give a shout out to you guys because they've been behind the scenes. My husband's, when I'm not here, like when we're at home, my husband is always behind the scenes. And you guys know that because I'll be over there talking to him on the side. But I want to say thank you to my father-in-law and thank you to my husband for you guys being in the background and helping us with everything, all this technical stuff. Because let me tell you something, if we were over there, your stuff would be jacked up. Because I don't know what I'm doing over there. So I thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. And I love y'all. And to my mother, I thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being my guest. This couldn't have gone any better.
Thank you.
I am ecstatic. I love you. I appreciate you so much. And everything that you do, I pray that it just continues to go up and up and up.
Oh,
absolutely. You guys, this has been a blessing of an interview. This is Creative Artist Spotlight with your girl, Ms. Missouri. And we will see you later. Good night. Good night. Okay.